And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I'm Todd Duke. Zach Roseman is alongside as well as we get you ready for quarterfinal number 2 between the Quincy Blue Devils and the Lincoln Rail Splitters. And here are your starters for this game. We'll begin with Quincy, and you will find on the floor Teron Cartmill, a 5'9" senior, Reed O'Brien, a 5'11" junior, Bradley Longcore, a 6'1". They messed that up still,
freshman.
didn't they? The freshman, 6'1" freshman. They're a little offline here. Jeremiah Talton, a 6'6" senior. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Sam Mulheron, a 6'4" junior. They're off by one line on this Quincy Blue Devils roster here.
Yep.
Lincoln Rail Splitters, they will trot out Aiden Goen, a 5'11" sophomore. Elijah Polis, a 6'3" senior. Tyler Saucy, a 6'5" junior. Jake Biven, a 6'2" junior. And Peyton Cook, a 6'5" junior. And in case you were wondering about yesterday's numbers for these teams, for Lincoln, they were led in total points by Camden Nelson with his 12, and Peyton Cook also chipped in with 10, so those two were in double digits. And for Quincy, Jeremiah Talton with 26 and Bradley Longcore with 15. Jeremiah Talton with an excellent game. We were rooting for him to get to 30 yesterday.
Yeah, I think he wound up with the co-equal total,
with Hurst.
Co-highest total of the day with Eric Hurst. Now, Hurst did not have a very good game today.
Nope, he did not.
So we'll see if that trend continues or if Talton can break it and have another good game today.
Winner of this game gets Decatur MacArthur after they just beat Madison 58-29. Take a look at some of the team numbers yesterday for Lincoln. They went 6 of 21 from the three-point line and only 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Quincy, they were 9 of 21 from the three-point line, so each team took 21 shots and Quincy made 3 more. But Quincy, they shined at the free throw line in yesterday's win. 10 of 11 in that win over Althoff. Rebounds, 32 for Quincy yesterday and 29 for Lincoln. And in the turnover department, just one different. Lincoln turned it over 10 times while Quincy turned the ball over 9 times in their win yesterday. So we're just about set for quarterfinal number 2 with a chance to go to the semifinals for one of these two teams, Lincoln and Quincy. This should be a interesting game to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, you have two very well-established programs in Quincy and Lincoln, two teams that have had a lot of success this year, combined record of like 20-1 or something like that. So definitely should be an interesting game. I'm curious to see the matchup between Cook and Talton in particular and see how that matchup works out. I think the guard play is fairly even, but I think Cook and Talton, that matchup is going to be the difference in the game today.
Blue Devils are in the white uniforms. They'll be traveling from right to left on your screens as you watch this. They are trimmed in blue. They have the word Blue Devils written across the tops of their jerseys right over their numbers. Lincoln, they are in the Christmas green uniforms. Numbers are in red, and the letters across the fronts of their jerseys are in white, and it spells Lincoln over the tops of their numbers. We are underway, and Lincoln moving from left to right. They have the first offensive possession of this ball as we are underway here in quarterfinal number 2. Outside of the perimeter, Lincoln will spend a lot of time outside of the perimeter throwing the ball around and wasting some times, which gives a certain flummoxability to the opposing team, if you will. Did I just make up a new word? Flummoxability?
Maybe.
At the top of the key, Lincoln with it, and Gowan. Gowan gets it over and gets it right back, and they'll do that for a long time, Lincoln will. Yep. Out front now, they'll go to Saucy, and then over on to Polis. And Saucy, I thought he was supposed to get that pass, but luckily for him, Gowan came in behind him to pick it up. And Quincy, they'll already wasted almost a minute here, just passing the ball back and forth, and then a three-point shot launched by Polis. Misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Lincoln, and we'll start all over again. Paulus over onto the wing to Saucy. Saucy on the left wing, back out front to Paulus, and then over onto the far side wing. They'll let Goen get in on the action for a little while. Now from the corner, three-point shot. That's a little too strong for Peyton Cook. This time the rebound belongs to the Blue Devils. So Quincy wasted 1 minute and 20 seconds down at the other end of the court and nothing to show for it. Or excuse me, Lincoln did.
Yeah, we'll see what we'll see how patient Quincy are against this Lincoln defense, which held Alton to a record low 17 points yesterday.
Yeah. O'Brien had the ball down low post but didn't go up with it. He shot it over into the corner, and Jeremiah Talton missed on the three-point try, so each team has taken a three-pointer. Lincoln twice, and nothing to show for it. And then it tips off the rim, and a rebound by Quincy. Back the other way we go. Here come the Blue Devils, and Cartmill. Cartmill across the line, gets it into the hands of Longcore. Longcore into the corner for Talton. Back over to Longcore. Longcore gets it back to Cartmill, and Cartmill works his way over toward the left wing, gives it up there for O'Brien. O'Brien back to Cartmill and back to where it came from. Cuts across the lane, kicked it outside. Three-point shot on the way. That one swoops out, and so far each team 0 for 2 from the three-point stripe.
Yeah, and this game's going nice and quickly. We've played 2.5 minutes in 2.5 minutes of game action. So
yeah,
we'll see.
No whistles at all.
We'll see if maybe the optimist in me says we'll see if we can get this game in under an hour.
What was it yesterday in the Lincoln game? 105?
Yeah.
1 hour and 5 minutes it took to play that game. Out onto the wing. It goes to Saucy and then into the paint for just a split second. Another three-point try. That one skips across the rim. And the rebound for a moment belonged to Quincy, but then Lincoln grabbed a hold of it, and in the process, Bradley Longcore commits the game's first foul, and we have our first whistle, almost 3 minutes in.
Yeah, and that's great. And
another one.
And now we have a second one a second later.
This one's going to go against O'Brien, so back-to-back fouls by Quincy has given them 2 real quick. Josh Roseman down there cleaning up the sweat.
Yep. We have games going on in the auxiliary gym as well. The other quarterfinal between Althoff and Alton.
Consolation bracket quarterfinal in that one. At the free throw line, it is Peyton Cook. And Cook drains the first one. And yesterday, Cook went 0 for 1 from the free throw line. So we have a point on the board. 1-0 after the first inning.
Yep.
Next one's good as well.
Yeah, Lincoln shooting 1 for 5 from the free throw line is rather atypical. That's something that Lincoln typically take pride in doing well.
Quincy brings it up. Here's Cartmill over to Longcore. Longcore back at the mid-court stripe, works his way up toward the right side wing, and then gives it to Talton. Talton works it up inside. O'Brien tries to kick it back out, lost the handle, but does get it back out anyway. Longcore gets it, and then underneath the basket, shot put up. Nothing doing for Sam Mulheron, and another rebound for Lincoln, and with a 2-0 lead, the Railers bring it back up. Top of the key for Polis, over to Saucy. Into the corner now it goes for Cook. Back out to Saucy and back out to Paulus, Top of the key, and then into the perimeter. Doesn't stay there very long. Lincoln, very patient, as usual. Top of the key, Paulus bounces it to the free throw line, and from there, shot taken by Biven. It doesn't fall. Rebound belongs to Quincy. Here is Longcore. Longcore dribbles and drives, and he is clamped onto while he was in midair trying to go get that last hop on the way up to the basket. And if the foul wouldn't have been committed, he definitely would have been called for a travel.
They're going to get Saucy for the foul, and yeah, I thought there was a travel before the foul, but referee disagrees with me.
So Quincy with the ball, trying to get some points on the board. We're halfway through this first quarter. Excuse me. And Quincy looking for their first points.
Lincoln still haven't allowed a point in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And they've played, 1.5, and they've still allowed less than 20 points in 5.5 quarters.
Yeah, they did. They shut out Alton in the first quarter yesterday. And a turnover will give the ball back to Lincoln, so the shutout on the first quarters continue. Saucy with it on the wing. Moves it up inside. Ball knocked out of the hands of the ball carrier, but it rolls right into the hands of Gowan, and a three-point shot from him from the corner misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Lincoln. They'll start all over again. Here is Polis over into the corner. Gets it over to Saucy. Saucy back out to Polis. Polis over to Gowan. And at the top of the key for 3. That one's off the mark as well. Everybody's over from the three-point stripe. Quincy with a rebound. They bring it up. Here is O'Brien, and Quincy is on the board, and that stops the offer in the first quarter for Lincoln. It only took, 8 and 12 minutes, 13 minutes.
Yeah.
13 minutes of shutout basketball in the first quarter for Lincoln in the first 2 games here.
Yep, as we'll see Nelson and Hayes come in at the next stoppage for Lincoln.
Off the glass, would not fall for Bivin. And Quincy gets it up to Taltman. Taltman dribbles across the paint. He's fouled from behind, and that one is going to go against Bivin.
We'll also see Ralph Wires come in for Lincoln, replacing Cartmill, as Bivin and Saucy will head to the bench for Lincoln.
Hayes and Nelson in instead. 2:29 left to play here in this opening quarter of a 2-2 game. There is Loncourt. He got caught for a moment. Now O'Brien with it, and he lost the handle on it. He was pressured over there by Polis, and that pressure paid off. Turnover.
Yeah, that's something that's a little bit deceptive about Lincoln's defense. They're not going to guard you, in the manner that, say, like a Decatur MacArthur would, but it's still very effective, as we'll see Keyshawn Thomas coming at the next stoppage for the Blue Devils.
There is a
lob
three-point
play.
shot. That's
lob play.
Yeah, that's what it was intended to do, but on the other end of it, Peyton Cook couldn't connect.
Well, they're going to call a foul.
Yeah.
And
they're going to say it was a shooting foul as well. So to the line will be Cook.
They're going to give it to Mulheron. And Cook will head back to the free throw line.
Yeah. On the way, and Cook misses that one. Keyshawn Thomas checks into the game for Quincy, and to the bench goes Sam Mulhern. At the free throw line, Peyton Cook trying to connect to give his team a 1-point lead, and he does just that. 3-2, bottom of the 7th. 2:05 left to go here in this first quarter. Encore hits it across the way, and Ralph Wires skirts from the far sideline to the middle of the court where he gives to Loncourt. Loncourt back over to Wires. Wires gets it to Talton, and Talton on the wing, back to Wires, and over to Loncourt. Loncourt had a number of three-pointers in yesterday's game.
Yeah, he had a really good game yesterday.
He did. Here's O'Brien, dumps it off underneath, and a little bit too strong, and Thomas couldn't handle the rebound, but it comes to Talton. He drives in, he's fouled, and he will go to the line.
Yeah, kind of a scramble situation there. Gowan's going to probably get called for the foul. That's one thing, is that when the zone breaks down for either teams, because both teams are running essentially the same defense, you have to match up man-to-man, and that can get a little interesting. First free throw good for Talton.
First free throw, as Mr. Roseman mentioned, for Talton is good. And Talton yesterday from the free throw line went a stellar 8 for 8. And that's his first miss. I had to say something, right?
Yeah.
That was all my fault. That was all my fault.
Yep.
Everybody knows that was all my fault.
Yep.
9 of 10 now for Talton from the free throw line. 3-3 game. 1:15 left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Polis. And he gets the ball over to Gowan. Into the corner now it goes. And all the way back out front to Polis. Polis back over to Gowan. And Gowan on the left wing, back to the top of the key for Polis. 1 minute to go here in this opening quarter. 3-3 is our score. Yes, that's right. Almost the end of the quarter, and it's only 3-3.
I wonder what the lowest combined score in a quarter is, because
I don't know.
It's less than what it wouldn't be the lowest team score, because, well, Alton had 0.
Right.
But Lincoln had 7 points.
Right.
So
we know it's not 7.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? And up under the basket. Nice little move there by Peyton Cook, and it's now 8 points here in this first quarter. So that eclipses yesterday's 7. So if it was, we didn't break it.
Yeah, Cook with all 5 for the rail splitters.
Yeah.
Lincoln have done a decent job on Talton so far, I would say.
Here's Wires. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Gets it over to O'Brien. Top of the key for Loncourt. Loncourt thought about it. Gets it over to Wires in the corner. Trapped in a double team, and Talton's shot won't fall in, and at the buzzer, off the backboard, that one's going to go. And after 1 quarter of play, 5-3 in favor of Lincoln, and quarter number 2 will come your way in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman with you. Second quarter action underway. 5-3 after 1 quarter of play. Lincoln over Quincy. And up underneath, Taltman, and couldn't get it up the glass and couldn't roll it in off the rim, and the rebound belongs to Lincoln. Railers work it back up. Here is Polis. He gets it up quickly and over into the corner for Gowan. Back over to Polis. Polis gets it onto the wing and then gets it right back from Nelson. Back over to Gowan. Polis. They'll play catch for a while, and then to the baseline. Cook tried the reverse layup, had it knocked out of his hands, and now Nelson for 3, and he hits it.
That kid could shoot.
8-3.
Simple as that. He's 5 for 5 now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's
up to Loncourt. Nelson was 4 for 6 from the 3-point stripe yesterday. Here's Wires for 3. That one rolls across the rim, and the rebound belongs to Quincy. They'll kick it back out to Loncourt. Loncourt in the paint, takes the shot off the glass, good for 2. 8-5. Lincoln has a 3-point lead, and we have 6:45 left to play here in this second quarter. They get the ball up to Camden Nelson, who shoves it into the corner and then all the way back out front. Top of the key. That should have been a foul called on O'Brien as he ran into Polis, but no call, and what a big bank off the glass that was. Wow.
Yeah, that'll be for Gowan.
I don't even think the score table knows who to give it to. Oh, they finally do give it to Gowan up on the scoreboard. And Gowan now with 3 points. And the Lincoln Railers are up by 6. Over to Wires it goes. Wires bounces the ball to Talton. Talton trapped over there on the near sideline. Dumps it off into the paint for Thomas. And then that ball is knocked out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Quincy.
I mean, Lincoln always play good defense, but this might be really, really good. And possibly on par with like the 2018 team.
Loncourt for 3, and he hits it. Well, I tell you what, Quincy needed that. 11-8. They're hanging tough with this tough Lincoln squad. They get it up to Nelson. Nelson across the way for Polis, and Polis back to Nelson. Nelson comes in on the left wing. Top of the key for Polis, bounces it into the paint, and a Drew Hayes pass is picked off. So the Blue Devils will come up looking for a chance to maybe tie with another 3-point shot. Here is Talton trying right now for 3, and he threw it a little bit too far. Never touched anything, fell right down into the hands of Polis. Now Polis with it once again. And that one is knocked out of the hands of Nelson by Wires, going for the steal, and we'll have an inbound pass coming in front of the scorer's table.
Yeah, Coach Alexander not very...
He's very animated, isn't he?
Yeah. It's one of those things where he's very animated, but he's not a guy that gets after the refs too much. I think in the years I've been watching this tournament, I've only seen him pick up 1 technical, and that was in that very, very good 2019 semifinal game against Mundelein.
Polis with a 3-point shot, and the rebound. There was a foul. And Cook will pick up his first foul, team 3rd. Inbound pass comes into Loncourt. Loncourt gets it over to Wires. And Wires brings it up, and he tried to force a bounce pass in there to O'Brien, but Polis, he came up from behind and picked that off from behind.
Yeah, Polis he's not a guy that has scored a lot, although he definitely can, but he's been a very good facilitator and a very good defender, and that's honestly kind of what Lincoln want from your wing players in their zone.
Turnover. Here comes Loncourt, and a fingertip roll. Count the bucket and the bruise. And a chance for Quincy to tie this thing at the free throw line as Loncourt will step up to the charity stripe. Loncourt yesterday from the free throw line went 2 for 2. Told you that Jeremiah Talton went 8 for 8. The only one that missed anything from the free throw line for Quincy yesterday was Keyshawn Thomas. He went 0 for 1.
Yeah, fouls on, not number 3.
We are tied after Loncourt makes his free throw. Each team with 4 fouls. 11-11 is our score. 4:25 left to play here in this second quarter. Nelson gets the ball over to Polis, who shoots the ball up quickly and then gets the ball right back from Biven. Biven at the free throw line tries to force a pass in there to Cook, and that's picked off by Quincy, and they're looking to take their first lead in this game. They get it over to O'Brien on the left wing. He comes in, can't take the ball with him. Here is Polis on a partial break. He goes up, he's fouled, and Polis will head to the free throw line on a foul by Loncourt.
Yeah, that'll be Loncourt's second, and we'll see. I don't have a 31, so hold on a minute.
For who?
For Quincy.
Didn't we change that number yesterday?
Mulherron was 31 yesterday, but that's not Mulherron.
I don't know. So it's Dominique Clay. He has 31 instead of 30.
All right.
And this is the first trip to the free throw line for Paulus. He made the first one, now trying to make the second. And that one's off to the left. Bounces off to the right after it hits the inside of the rim. So a 1-point lead for Quincy, or excuse me, Lincoln. Quincy brings it up, and they are still looking for their first lead. Here is O'Brien. O'Brien gets it over to Wires. Wires to Talton. Talton in front of the Lincoln bench, swings it around. O'Brien ends up with it, and then to Clay. And into the paint it goes, and a travel is going to be called against Wires.
Yeah, that's another one where, travel or a foul, which one's first, as we'll see Cartmill come back in as Wires will head to the bench for Quincy. But, yeah, I mean, definitely a foul after, but they're going to call the travel first.
3:35 left to play here in this first half. 12-11, low-scoring contest. Lincoln up by 1, and the Railers have the ball. Over to Saucy. Saucy gets it back over to Polis. Polis at the K-Hawk logo, shoots it over to Nelson. Nelson back to Polis. Polis over to Nelson on the right wing, near side sideline. Switch it around. Top of the key, back over to Saucy on the left side. Lincoln back to that patient ball moving. Ball handling skills have got to be spot on when you play for Lincoln.
Yeah, you have to be able to pass
and catch.
Yep. Maybe that's part of the reason why Lincoln have always been solid at baseball too.
Could be. Out to midcourt once again to Paulus. Boy, the shot clock is really going to change Lincoln, won't it? Really will.
If it winds up coming into fruition, yeah. I honestly think that. Yes, there are definitely people who are for it, but I think at the small school level especially, they don't really see the need for it.
A picked off pass by the Blue Devils. They bring it down, couldn't convert. And the rebound belongs to Lincoln. They give it to Paulus, and Paulus moves it up across the line to Nelson and gives it right back to Paulus, top of the key. Over on the left wing now for Saucy. Saucy gets it over to Cook. We approach 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. 12-11 in favor of Lincoln. Quincy hanging tough though.
Yeah, I figured that this is going to be a good matchup coming in, and it's been as advertised. Nice,
sure has.
Low-scoring defensive battle, and it's nice and even, which is what you expect when Quincy and Lincoln play each other.
Saucy out front now to Cook, top of the key. Saucy takes it and gives it up for Biven. Biven from the free throw line kicks it out for Nelson for 3. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to try to turn it into 4.
Camden Nelson might be the best pure shooter I've seen at this tournament in a couple years. I mean, obviously, 2019 you had Trey Baker and Connor Enright, but there's something about it, almost reminiscent of Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Who played for Quincy a couple years ago, and he'd shoot him from anywhere, but he shot really well, and Nelson might be better than he was.
They charged Dominic Clay with that foul. That's his first, team sixth. So the next foul will result in a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Lincoln. And right now the Railers with a 4-point lead, 15-11, 1:05 left to play here in this first half. Handoff goes to Saucy, who gives it back over to Polis, who shoots it over onto the wing for Bevan, into the corner now for Cook. Back out to the top for Nelson. And onto the wing and over to the other wing. Under a minute to go. One dribble, and Saucy puts it into the corner, and Bevan has an ill-advised pass picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien off the glass, counted for two, and back to within two are the Quincy Blue Devils. 35 seconds left to play here in this second quarter. 15-13, Lincoln with the lead and the ball. They bring it out front now to Polis, and Lincoln definitely will try to play for the last shot of this half. Yeah. Lincoln working their offense over to Nelson. Nelson on the near sideline, around to Cook, and back into the hands of Polis, who gives it up now for Bevan. Into the corner, Nelson for three from the corner. That one, big rainbow shot. Rebound belongs to Quincy, and at the buzzer, they'll toss up a prayer, and it tickles the bottom of the net on the way down. 15-13 at halftime in favor of Lincoln. So we'll wait for the stats to arrive, and when they do, we'll pass them on to you in just mere moments here on the K-Hawk
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a K-Hawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' K-Hawk sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more, to collectible items. Anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former K-Hawk Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Halftime, 15-13, Lincoln with the 2-point lead, and for Lincoln, they are being led in total points by Camden Nelson's 6 points. Peyton Cook has 5, and Aiden Gowen has 3, while Elijah Polis has 1. On the other side of the ledger, leading scorer is Bradley Longcore with 8. Reed O'Brien has 4 points, and Jeremiah Talton just has 1 point for Quincy. Taking a look at the overall numbers from the three-point line, Lincoln is 3 of 10, while Quincy is 1 of 5 from the free throw line. 4 of 7 for the Lincoln Railers and 2 for 3 for Quincy. Rebound battle, that is being won by Quincy, 12-10, and the turnover contest, 7 turnovers for Quincy and 5 turnovers for Lincoln. That is a look at your first half stats. Another break comes your way, and then we will have second half action, and that'll be heading your way here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville K-Hawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville K-Hawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a K-Hawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, I'm Todd Duke. The other guy is Zach Roseman. And we're glad that you're with us here on a really crappy, rainy day outside here in the Collinsville and St. Louis metropolitan area. But we're inside, all nice and toasty and warm. Got some good basketball to keep us company as well. 15-13, 2-point lead belongs to Lincoln after one half of play. And we are about ready to get things started here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, and we've got a good game going over in the auxiliary gym as well. Althoff up 30-27 over Alton at halftime in the second consolation quarterfinal.
3-point game there, 2-point game here, and we are underway here. And right off the bat, Polis in from the paint. Doesn't get many points in the paint, I guarantee you that. But Paulus now with a couple of points there, and it's a 4-point lead for Lincoln. Here is Loncourt. Loncourt in front of the scorer's table. Gives it up and does so to Cartmill. Back over to Loncourt. He directs traffic, and then he bounces a pass into Mulheron, and that ball's knocked loose. Lincoln comes up with the loose rock, and they will begin their trek back from right to left on your screen, and they give it up to Bivin, and Bivin is fouled as soon as he got the ball. This one is going to go against Cartmill. His first. So Lincoln stays with it.
Here is Pullis over to Gowan. Gowan to Saucy. Back up to the top of the key for Pullis.
Paulus back over to Saucy in front of his own bench, and then back out toward midcourt. Back to Paulus. Saucy, he'll give it up for Bivin, and a bounce, to Bivin now. And into the corner it goes for Gowan. Back out to Paulus and Saucy, and then around the horn it goes. Everybody touches the ball when you play for Lincoln.
Yep.
If you don't, something's wrong with you.
Yep.
They'll continue to play with the ball outside of the perimeter and continue to chew time off the clock. That's their game plan. And that ball is knocked out of the hands of Bivin by O'Brien, and O'Brien's going to get tagged for his second foul and the team's second. Inbound pass being triggered by Aiden Gowan. Does so to Paulus. Paulus gets the ball into the hands of Bivin. Now back out to Paulus. And Lincoln showing their patience once again. When you grow up in Lincoln, you grow up in this system, so you don't think anything of it.
Nope.
But coach, this is boring.
Nope.
All we're doing is running around passing the ball.
No, this is
normal for Lincoln.
No, the system is so ingrained that they run this sort of offense and their 1-2-2 zone defense.
Pass gets away.
At the junior high level, the girls team runs it. And speaking of which, the girls team are having a pretty good year, led by a Froby, and that name will surely sound familiar.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, Froby was doing his thing on this floor.
Now he's got a sister who might be better than Caden was. Apparently she's only like a sophomore too, and that'll be a 10-second violation.
Sure is. Took him a long time to get the ball across the floor, and the coaching staff down there for the Blue Devils, Andy Douglas and Tom Lepper, they both jumped off the bench and were screaming at their own team to get that ball across the line. That's another frustrating part about Lincoln's game. Off the glass, a couple of more points there for Jake Biven, and it's now a 6-point lead for Lincoln. 5.5 to go here in this third quarter. And this time Quincy does get it across the line. Loncourt back over to the far side now for Cartmill. Take that the near side. And he tries to bounce it into the corner there for Talton, but that ball is knocked out of bounds by Polis. And the Blue Devils will inbound near side sideline. They do so for Loncourt. Collinsville and Mundelein coming up next. A matchup of the two teams that were in the championship the last time this tournament was played. Two totally different teams will take the floor next, as opposed to that run in 2019. Here in the corner, 3-point shot on the way for Quincy, and Jeremiah Talton misses the mark, and a whistle ensues right afterwards.
Yeah,
They're going to have a foul called against Elijah Polis.
Yep, and we'll see Wires come in for Cartmill for the Blue Devils. Going to get Polis for a little shove underneath.
Inbound pass. That was the first foul for Lincoln here in this third quarter. Here is Wires over to Loncourt. Loncourt takes it from the left wing, back around to the top of the key, over onto the right wing for Wires. Bounce pass into the near sideline for O'Brien. He throws the ball up for grabs, and it's going to be Paulus who will take it in off the glass, and Lincoln breaks the 20-point plateau, 21-13.
Yeah, and as we
established, there's another one. That was telegraphed all the way. Wires knew he was going to throw it to Loncourt, and Lincoln saw that the whole way, and you would expect at some point Andy Douglas is going to call a timeout.
Probably if they don't get a bucket here.
There's O'Brien, gets it to Loncourt, 23-13, now a 10-point lead for Lincoln.
And that's
out to Wires, over to Loncourt.
That's a big lead for Lincoln.
Sure is. Here's Wires, back out to Loncourt. Thought about giving it to O'Brien in the corner. O'Brien would have had plenty of time to shoot a three. Now he'll get that ball in the corner, but he runs out of time, and Loncourt is open for three, and he drains it. Loncourt hits threes from anywhere, and right after that,
Coach Douglas will call timeout.
Coach Douglas calls that timeout, so we will step aside as well, and we're back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 23-16 after a big three-point hit in the corner by O'Brien. He erased the double-digit deficit that Quincy was facing, and now it's back down to single digits. The digit is 7. And here is Lincoln again. Almost got away with a travel there. And out to midcourt. It goes to Polis. We have the Quincy radio station off to my left here, and they're not very happy. They're yelling.
And we've got the Lincoln radio people here as well.
They're off to the right, but they're a couple of tables down. 23-16, Lincoln with the lead and the ball. Here is Polis. Polis bounces it to the free throw line, and Peyton Cook kicks it back outside. Nelson for three. That won't fall. That's a rare miss by him. And the rebound belongs to Quincy. Here is Loncourt. Loncourt at the left wing. Spins away. Top of the key. Gives to Wires. Wires back over to Loncourt. Into the corner for O'Brien. He drives. Kicks it back out for Wires. Loncourt bluffed the three. Takes a side step. Puts up the three, but it's off to the left. And the rebound is all the way back out to Wires. Wires over in the corner for O'Brien for three. He hits the guide wire that's above the backboard after it ticked off the rim. It was a little short. And that's a turnover for Quincy that they didn't need.
And we'll see Hayes re-enter for Lincoln as Saucy will get a rest.
What's going on in the Aux gym over there, sir?
Althoff have extended their lead. We've got about 3.5 minutes left. And the lead for the Crusaders is 10, 42-32 overall.
Crusaders trying to win just their second game of the year.
Alton looking for their first.
Yep. And there's a pass up to Nelson. Nelson across the way. Gives it up to Gowan. Bounce pass back from Polis back to Gowan. And over this way for Nelson. Now they'll get Polis back out to familiar territory. Polis back at midcourt. 2:10 left to play here in this third quarter. 23-16. Lincoln with the lead, and they just extended that to 9. 25-16. Hollis with another basket.
Yeah, he's got 7 points. He's had a really good game tonight.
There is Wires. Wires from one sideline to the other for Loncourt. Loncourt gets it over into the corner and then gets it right back on a bounce pass. And then over to O'Brien. O'Brien gets it up underneath, and Thomas is fouled on his way up to the basket. So Thomas.
Coach Alexander is just going to stand there and put his hands up. I don't think he's saying anything.
Yeah. I think he's trying to tell his kids to put their hands up. At the free throw line, it is Keyshawn Thomas. Thomas 0 for 1 yesterday from the free throw line. And that one looks pretty good, except for it took a couple of bounces before it finally fell in. 8-point game, Lincoln with the lead. 1:45 left to play here in this third quarter, and making both of his shots was Keyshawn Thomas. Gets his team back to within 7 once again. Lincoln trying to approach the line. They do so with Polis, and a bounce pass to the top of the key for Hayes. And back to Polis it goes, over to Gowan. Back to Polis. Hayes, top of the key. Tries to back his way in, no room.
Quincy, I think, have switched to man-to-man.
There is Polis, and they'll kick it off. And a drive from underneath the basket. Foul coming up. That'll be handed to Talton.
Yeah, that's one thing that Lincoln have done extremely well. Talton has been dead quiet. He's got 1 point. Now, and that's how you beat Quincy. You shut down Talton and see if you can beat their guards, as Bivin will re-enter and Nelson will have a break.
Cook at the free throw line, hits his first free throw. And he has one more coming his way. And that one will be off the mark. Rebound belongs to O'Brien and Quincy. They'll bring it up to Loncourt. Loncourt travels in front of the scorer's table, picks up his dribble, gets it back from O'Brien and across the line. And now Loncourt over on the left wing. Back out to the top for Wires. Loncourt over to Thomas. Across the way back to Wires it goes, onto the near side wing. Now back into the near side corner for Talton. And we're under a minute to go. Here is Wires, a one-hand shovel pass into the corner for Loncourt. He dipsy doodles around the baseline, takes the shot. It initially went in, but then it bounced its way back out. Whistle afterwards as that ball was out of bounds. 44 seconds to play here in the third.
Whoa, we have a little bit of a shove. Bit of an exchange there between
Thomas and Hayes.
Yep. To young, I think they're both freshmen. Yes, they are both freshmen, so maybe a bit of youthful frustration there, for lack of a better term.
O'Brien inbounds to Wires, who gets it to Loncourt in front of his bench. He directs traffic to the top of the key. And a foul on a reach-in by Gowan. And it'll be his second. Each team now with 3.
Yeah, now
Final 30 seconds of quarter number 3. Lincoln extends their lead.
would not shock me to see Quincy hold for 1 here.
And just as you say that, they held as long as they could. Loncourt for 2 from inside the perimeter. And Quincy now hits the 20-point plateau.
Yeah, Longcore with 13. He's really been the primary force of keeping Quincy in this game. And
6-point lead is what we have. A timeout on the floor is also what we have. And we will take a timeout as well. It's just a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the K-Hawk Sports Network and KHawkSports.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I'm Todd Duke. Zach Roseman on the other microphone. Lincoln with a 6-point lead, and the Railers are in control of the ball as well. Polis gets the ball over to Nelson. Nelson back to Polis. He'll launch a 3 at the buzzer. Hits the top of the backboard and then off the front of the rim, and that is the way that the third quarter comes to a close. 26-20 in favor of Lincoln. Fourth quarter action. Head your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Fourth quarter action is upon us here in quarterfinal number 2. The winner of this game gets a date with Decatur MacArthur and the Generals after they beat Madison today, 58-29. And we'll find out who that is in just 8 minutes of clock time. And thank you, Mr. Drake, for the compliment, telling us we're doing a great job broadcasting. We had a rough start to the day, but we've ironed things out, and we're settling in now for a nice long day of basketball here. Here is Wires. Wires over onto the wing, looks, nobody in the corner, so he gives it up to Loncourt. Loncourt dribbles and drives high off the inside of the rim. Nice job by Loncourt to get his team to within 4.
Yeah, he's got 15 of Quincy's 22 points, so he's really, really been the catalyst for Quincy staying in this game at all.
There is Saucy, who's into the game. Haven't called his name in a while. Over to Paulus, to Nelson in front of his own bench. Outside the lane, underneath the basket, and Cook gets fouled as he was on his way up. Thomas was there to slap that ball away.
They're going to get Wires on the reach and lower down.
That happened before. Thomas got there to try to reject that basket.
And Wires will come over and ask the referee what he did, and the explanation appears to be satisfactory for him.
Cook at the line, and he hits the first. 5-point contest. Lincoln with the lead.
As I mentioned yesterday, Cook comes from a very well-known line. He's the grandson of Norm Cook and the nephew of Brian Cook, both of whom were star players at Lincoln, both of whom went on to play in the NBA. Brian around the turn of the millennium, most notably with the Los Angeles Lakers. After a successful career at the University of Illinois.
Lancourt, Thomas slips in the lane, and luckily he didn't slip out of bounds because he was close. Here's Wires. Wires gets it over to Loncourt from right wing to left wing. And Loncourt gets caught, and then a foul coming up. This one's going to go against Nelson. His first, team fourth. Inbound pass, triggered underneath of the Blue Devils basket. And
There we go.
Talton, haven't called his name much today, but he is back on the board.
And that'll get the Quincy crowd back into it a little bit.
2-point contest, 25 for Quincy, 27 for Lincoln. Lincoln with the ball. Here is Saucy. Saucy gets it up for Polis. Into the corner now for Nelson. Nelson at the free throw line underneath, and a give right back to Saucy.
Caught him unawares a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Here's
Too much
Nelson for
time.
three. That one tips across the rim, but there is Polis with the rebound, and Wires is going to get called for another foul. Wires will pick up his second. And to the free throw line, it is Polis. He has 7 points. Looking for number 8 here, and he gets it to give his team a 3-point lead. Quincy been hanging tough all day. Got down by 10, came back, got it to within 1 a couple of times. And the miss by Paulus, the rebound by the Quincy Blue Devils. They trail by 3. They could tie it up with one nice long shot from beyond the arc. And here comes that try by Talton, and it's a little bit short. And then it goes up on top of the backboard, turn around, put back, no good by Thomas. And the rebound this time belongs to Gowan, and Lincoln brings it back up. Here is Paulus. Paulus gets double team, gets it up into the mid-court line, and a foul coming up against Loncourt.
And then a little bit of a continuation there as O'Brien just couldn't slow down his momentum and kind of collided with Polis there, as my brother will make the trek out to half court to clean up the liquid with some assistance from Brady O'Neill.
Brady O'Neill and Josh Roseman on the scene.
Appears that their work is satisfactory, and they'll both head to their respective
You're
ends.
just giving them a satisfactory? Come on, man. I'd give them an excellent.
No.
5.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Here is Polis over to Gowan. Gowan back to Polis and into the paint. Dumps it off underneath. He was trying to feed Peyton Cook low post, but he bounced it right past Cook.
Yeah, Coach Alexander will get after Polis a little bit, and that's something that good coaches will do. They'll hold their players accountable. They're not going to get after them too hard, but they will definitely hold them accountable for the mistakes that they make.
3-point lead for Lincoln. Quincy with the ball. Here is Loncourt over to Wires. Wires on the right wing, near sideline, and a pass. Well, Talton was standing in the corner. O'Brien thought he was still there, and without even looking, just shoved the ball over that way, but Talton had already started moving up the baseline.
Yeah, it really would have been a nice.
It sure would have been.
Yeah, just Talton moved.
Yep, that's it.
You can't really blame O'Brien.
Oh, and Lincoln turns the ball over, and Alexander not happy.
Yeah, Gowan was going for kind of a no-look pass to Cook, and it was just a little bit behind him and not a lot of space down in the corner, and Cook wasn't able to get a clean handle on it. So Quincy
each
ball.
team with a turnover here, and a little tit for tat going on. 28-25 it remains. Here is Loncourt. Loncourt brings it up across the line into the corner for O'Brien for 3 to tie. Yes! O'Brien ties it up at 28. Quincy, their fans are pumped up. Their bench is pumped up, and O'Brien is very pumped up.
Yeah, that's what O'Brien will do. He's kind of, in some ways, he almost kind of reminds me of Zane Baker. Not only because of the shared number, but because of the similar play styles. They're both gonna hit good shots when you need them to, play solid defense. A similar role for the Quincy Junior.
There is Saucy, gets it out to Paulus. Paulus dumps it off into the corner, and then it goes from Nelson to Gowan. Now back out front. Gowan to Paulus. Halfway through quarter number 4, we're tied, 28-28. Saucy to Gowan. Out front now once again to Paulus. They'll play catch for a little while. Crowd's definitely into it. Lincoln and Quincy tied. Winner goes on to the semifinal at 6:30 tonight. Paulus thought about bringing it into the paint himself, had a little bit of room, but Talton was there, so he thought better of it. Outside it goes. Nelson for three. A little bit too strong. Rebound belongs to Loncourt. Loncourt brings the ball up with 3.5 to go here in this fourth quarter. Loncourt over on the left wing, now back over to the right side for Wires. Wires back to where it came from.
We'll see Bivin come in for Lincoln at the next stoppage, and that'll be right now as Coach Douglas will call timeout.
He will call a timeout. We have a timeout as well, so we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman with you. We got a good one here, 28-28. And we have 3:10 left to play here in this quarter. Three-point shot skips across the rim, rebound. That belongs to Lincoln. Railers bring the ball up. Here is Polis. He gets it up to the free throw line and a drive into the paint. And a big play there by Lincoln's Jake Bivin. Nice feed from Paulus as well.
Yeah. And we talked about it already. You got to be able to pass the ball well. We'll see the Lincoln bench get into it and see what Quincy are able to do here.
There's Wires. Wires gets it over to Loncourt. Loncourt all the way back to the other side for Talton. Talton, baseline, gives it up to O'Brien, who just hit a big three-pointer to tie it up at 28. Here's Wires, back to Talton for three from the same spot. It's good. Quincy has a lead, 31-30. 2:15 left.
That's the versatility of Talton. He's been held in check pretty well tonight, but good players make good plays in big-time situations, and all of that is met here.
There is Gowan up front, and now Polis takes over. Into the corner for Saucy, back out front for Gowan, around to Bivin, and it ends up with the pass over to Polis. Cook is on the floor as well. He's the only one that didn't touch it in that go-around. Here is Gowan, back out front for Polis. 1 point lead for Quincy. Winner moves on to the semifinal, and the loser moves on to the different part of the bracket.
Lincoln crowd wanted a foul on Thomas there as he kind of grabbed at Bivin in the high post.
90 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. 31-30, 1 point contest. Lead belongs to Quincy. Lincoln with the ball. Here is Polis at midcourt to the free throw line. Saucy dumps it off for Gowan. Gowan almost lost control of it, thought about the three before he did, and now we'll go back to action and Saucy with it. We're down to 1:10 to play here in this fourth quarter. Over to Gowan and back to Polis, and a timeout called by Coach Alexander. We will step aside for just a moment. Don't you go anywhere. We got a good one going on. 1:07 left, and we're back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
270 people watching us right now. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman with you. And with 1:07 left here in this fourth quarter, we've got what you call a good old-fashioned barn burner going on here. 31-30, 1 point lead belongs to Quincy. What's going on in the Ox Gym there, sir?
Looks like the Althoff Crusaders are going to pull away as with 79 seconds of counting left, they lead 65-47.
Oh, okay. Almost a 20-point lead.
Alton hung around for a while, but looks like Althoff are going to pull away and get their second win of the season.
So Alton and Edwardsville will hook up at 5 o'clock later today in the Auxiliary Gym, another Southwestern Conference matchup. Here in the corner, a shot that won't fall. Rattles but would not fall, and the ball on the ground, and it's pushed out of bounds. Last touched by Biven. And Quincy's going to get the ball back with 53.9 seconds to play, and the Blue Devils have a 1 point lead.
Now we'll see what happens here. Quincy Lincoln aren't going to necessarily intentionally foul.
Well, they did there.
Well, I guess not.
Well, that was a foul on Aiden Gowan.
And Longcore, it's probably not the best guy to foul. Longcore's had a really good game today. Heck, he had a really good game yesterday, too.
Third foul for Gowan. And as far as team fouls go, Quincy has 6, Lincoln has 5. So Lincoln can give up one more before they'll force Quincy to start shooting free throws. They get it across the line to O'Brien. O'Brien's throw thing down to Landcore, and coming in immediately and fouling him once again is Jake Biven. And Biven will pick up his first.
Second. Oh, or first.
Each team now at 6.
All right.
Next foul by both teams will result in free throws. 40 seconds left, but we have another timeout on the floor, a 30-second timeout. So we'll step aside for that long, and we're back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk family.
Althoff
40.3 to go here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. What was the score?
67-47. Game's not over yet, though.
Oh.
So I was just going to say Althoff.
I already got him moved on my bracket.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for the final score. Here is Quincy with a 1 point lead and the ball into the corner for O'Brien. Back out front for Loncourt. 30 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter, and another foul will be handed out to Jake Biven, and now it's time for some free throws.
They're going to give that to Gowan, and that's 4 on Gowan.
Yeah, it is on Gowan, isn't it?
And they'll send Longcourt to the free throw line. Smart by Quincy to get the guy who's been having the best game at the line for you.
And now it's a 2 point lead.
And we'll see.
Nelson will check back in. He'll take the place of Bevan.
Yeah, they're going to bring it. They're going to bring in a raw shooter in Nelson as compared to Biven, whose game is a little bit more, driving.
Loncourt makes both of his free throws, makes it a 3 point contest. Lincoln led most of this game. And now it's the Blue Devils that are in charge on the scoreboard by 3. 25 seconds left. Lincoln going to play to try to tie this thing up. Here is Polis back at the midcourt stripe. Gives it up to Gowan. Gowan back to Polis. Polis, and a timeout called by Alexander. He called it a couple of times. Nobody heard him. He's kind of mad that nobody heard him call that timeout. So we will a full timeout. So we'll go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds of that full minute, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his K-Hawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Well, this is a very fun contest. Second semifinal of the day. between Quincy and Lincoln. Winner will get Decatur MacArthur in the semifinal tonight, as this quarterfinal is down to 15.1 seconds left. Lincoln with the ball. They trail by 3, trying to tie it up here. Into the perimeter it goes, and they know they don't need 2, so you got to kick it back out. And here at the top of the key, it is given up now for Polis. He'll throw one up, and it just misses. Rebound comes all the way out in the corner, and that is it. Lincoln falls 33-30 to Quincy.
That's Lincoln's first loss of the year.
Man, oh man, that was a whale of a game there, and that'll send us into our next contest, and we'll feature Mundelein versus the hometown Collinsville K-Hawks. We step aside for just a little bit to get ready for that game. What a game this was, 33-30. Quincy wins, and they'll play Decatur MacArthur tonight in the first semifinal at 6:30. We're back with quarterfinal number 3 on the day between Mundelein and Collinsville coming your way in moments on the K-Hawk Sports Network.